I made my sister-in-law pay above average rent for one bedroom. My brother Jake moved in with his girlfriend Sophie about 2 years ago, and things were going pretty smooth until she lost her job at some marketing company downtown. She was making decent money before, but then they did layoffs and she got the boot. Jake makes okay money as a mechanic, but not enough to cover both their share of rent, plus all their other stuff. So Sophie calls me up one day asking if she can move into my spare bedroom for a few months while she gets back on her feet. I live in a pretty nice 2-bedroom apartment about 20 minutes from where they were staying. The rent for my whole place is $1,800 a month, so I figured charging her like $600 would be fair since she'd basically be getting half the apartment. But here's the thing. Sophie has this weird habit of acting like she's doing everyone a favor just by existing. When she first started dating Jake, she'd come over to family dinners and critique my mom's cooking, or make comments about how our house could use some updating. Real charming stuff like that. After she moved in, it got worse. She started rearranging my kitchen without asking, throwing away my food that she thought was expired even when it wasn't, and using my expensive shampoo and face wash like it was hers. When I brought up the shampoo thing, she said she thought we were sharing everything now that we're roommates. The final straw was when she had her friend Madison over, and they decided to deep clean my bathroom at like 2 in the morning. Sounds nice, right? Wrong. They threw away half my stuff, including this face cream that cost me $80 and wasn't even close to empty. When I asked about it the next morning, Sophie just shrugged and said it looked old and crusty. That's when I decided to bump her rent up to $900. She flipped out and said that was way above market rate for just one bedroom. I told her she was right. It was above market rate for the bedroom, but she was also getting access to my whole apartment. Plus, I was apparently providing free toiletries and cleaning services. Jake called me that same day, asking what the hell was wrong with me. He said Sophie was crying and felt like I was trying to force her out. I explained everything that had been happening, and he got quiet for a minute. Then he said he'd talk to her about respecting my space, but couldn't I cut her some slack on the rent since she was still job hunting? I told him the rent was non-negotiable. If she wanted to act like she owned the place, she could pay like she owned half of it. Sophie tried to find somewhere else to live, but everywhere decent in our area was charging at least $800 for just a room, and most of those didn't include utilities or kitchen access. She ended up staying and paying the $900, but she was mad about it for weeks. She'd make these passive-aggressive comments about how expensive everything was, and how some people take advantage of family during hard times. I just ignored her and kept collecting my rent on time.